Okay, we're in the 5900 block of East Sam Houston Parkway at approximately 10:54, or approximately 12:54 a.m. on July 5th. We had an incident here at the Applebee's where we had several Applebee's employees who had been working. Were doing some fireworks in the parking lot area of the Applebee's, and they decided that they were going to move back into the larger part of the parking lot to continue popping firecrackers. So in the process of there was a 2002 Highlander that was parked here, and the driver, 25-year-old black female, had a 18-year-old passenger and 3 small children in the car. They decided that they were going to drive towards the back of the parking lot. In the process of them driving in the back of the parking lot, there was an 18-year-old female and a 24-year-old female who also decided that they wanted to ride on the vehicle as well, but they decided to jump on the outside of the vehicle onto like the running boards and kind of held on to the side of the car. In the process of doing so, as they were traveling through the parking lot, one of the females, a 24-year-old female, fell off of the vehicle and struck her head on the roadway. She did receive a very, very critical injury. She was taken to Bentop Hospital, where she was later pronounced deceased.
That sounds absolutely tragic.
I mean, absolutely tragic. There were witnesses that said the vehicle was not going very fast at all. In fact, the driver said about 5 miles an hour. Another witness on the scene said slow-moving vehicle, but again, the two girls were riding on the outside, just trying to hold on to the side. There's, nothing to hold on to, and it sounded like the female just lost her footing and just fell off the vehicle and fell just right to where she struck her head on the pavement and never regained consciousness from there.
Right outside of work, they'd already worked the holiday.
Trying to celebrate a little bit. They had kind of celebrated with some sparklers and everything, and once it closed, they were going to move over into the parking lot to, celebrate a little bit more. And tragically, instead of getting in the vehicle, unfortunately, just trying to ride instead of making a few steps, and unfortunately, just slipped and lost her life.
How is everybody else doing that was here? They must have been shaken up.
Oh yeah, they're very distraught. Of course, she did not pass away here on the scene. So, as far as I knew, she was critical. So they were all very concerned. They had just been here working together and everything, but just that unfortunate decision to ride on the outside of the vehicle where there's no protection. Unfortunately, just a tragic mistake today. So, we talk about the importance of seatbelts and all that, and, this was just a parking lot. People may not think anything of it, slow speed, but, it is absolutely very dangerous, and you always have to be very careful and try to adhere to, it's a vehicle, anything can go wrong. So definitely, it's always best to ride inside the car, because outside of it, it can end up being bad. So.